Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Welcome to Sip and Chat with Azem and Jade right here on the Sugar Factory Network. It is a wonderful Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
It's hump day? Here with me, Azem, and of course, next to me is the lovely Jade. Gwen Idita, CPL Mather Stewart, think it's Beyonce Johnson. And yeah, we're looking forward to a very fun, interesting, perhaps enlightening show today. Perhaps. Jade, how are you doing?
I am okay.
Well, you said that and I wasn't convinced.
Me no. Actually, I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am fine. I'm content.
Not me, Jade.
Well.
But no one cares, so we're going to move on.
Yes, of course. You're a man. Why would we care?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, should not have feelings.
Feelings?
Is it gay to have feelings?
We are supposed to have feelings. We're just supposed to hide them and pretend they don't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen the list on Twitter of all the things that black men can do?
Yes. So I was seeing if we have to add this one to it.
Oh, no, that is implied. I don't think that even has to go on the list.
That y'all shouldn't have feelings. Y'all are just soulless beings walking the earth, causing destruction and chaos.
Jade, we are utilities. Our value to the world is only what we can provide to it.
Will you be a knife?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Man, that's the Swiss Army knives of the species. Yes, we do everything, Jade.
Vibes. The world would not run without you, friend. But we still don't appreciate you.
That's how it goes.
But you're alive. So, there's that.
Oh, boy. But you left yesterday. What you got into?
I got into work. Then I got into my bed.
You got into your bed at a reasonable hour last night?
12 o'clock.
It's reasonable.
It is.
That's reasonable.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely was. Actually, it wasn't even willful. Like, I was in my bed, but I wasn't planning to go to sleep. But that didn't happen either.
No, once it's 12 o'clock in your bed, you should be thinking about sleep, Jade.
I should be. I usually don't. I should be.
But you know what I am suspecting now?
What?
One of the, for some people, unexpected consequences of a rise in physical activity during the day is better sleep.
I hope that's what's happening.
Yeah, I hope that for you. I wish that for you. I have a friend, she suffered from insomnia for a long time. And
Bless her heart, boy.
yeah, like real insomnia, just don't sleep. And I encouraged her to go and start working out. And that did wonders for her sleep pattern.
Love it.
That did wonders for her sleep pattern. But did we give a gym update yesterday?
No, remember I yesterday again.
You did anything last night?
And I'm going ball today.
I can keep on you,
No. Yeah. Feel. I go into that though. That was how my schedule was supposed to be, because I was supposed to do a shoot yesterday. And I didn't get to do the shoot yesterday.
The shoot?
Huh?
The shoot was you? You were the subject of the shoot?
No, I was the person shooting.
What happened?
We didn't get to do it because of circumstances.
Oh.
Beyond my control.
I hate when things don't work out as planned.
Indeed. However, it wasn't too bad. And then because of all the things I was doing all day, I was just tired, man. Yeah.
Hey, but the thing is, once you're productive, I think when you get to the end of the day and you had a productive day, the sleep just feels so much better. Well, personally, if I was supposed to do things and didn't get them done, the sleep does just be terrible. I torment myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I torment myself.
I
So
don't.
for a procrastinator like myself, you know, that means I hardly sleep.
Such is life, friend.
Such is life.
Such is life.
We all have our crosses to
You
bear.
just gotta get your stuff together.
I saw him say, his crosses is me.
Wow. Speak to the Lord. Speak to the Lord, friend, because that is terrible.
Yeah.
That is, what's this noise? Oh, that is terrible.
Alright. Jade,
How are you guys though? How are
we doing?
the guys watching, not you?
Oh, the people watching?
Yeah. Wonder if they're having a good day. Let me go check our comments.
Guys,
that's what I've been doing on my phone. Somebody said yesterday they was going to message me and say how rude I am because I was doing something on my phone. But then they realized like as soon as they stopped talking, I started talking.
Multitasking.
Yeah, men can do that apparently. I was told this by a man, so.
Yeah, no. We more geared towards focus. I think it seems as though you ever heard about the flow state? I think I mentioned it before, but you ever aware of what the flow state is? Like you ever get into like something where you just doing an activity and it becomes like so easy, you're into it, like you fade out, like the rest of your space fade out.
Every day.
You don't recognize time.
I was doing that yesterday.
When you're designing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like like you get into a state of flow. So I think men, especially when we doing something we either skilled at or passionate about, we get into flow states. But there's techniques to help you get into flow quicker and to stay in the state of flow. Like I read a book on it. It's very interesting.
Oh, you read?
Yeah, Jade, I read.
I know you can read.
Yes, I can. And as a matter of fact, one of the things that I have made a goal for myself is to build out my library.
Oh, right. Fancy. You're getting a library. What types of books going to be in your library?
I mean, I have a lot of books already.
I need to come read your book collection then.
Yeah. See, growing up, my dad has a lot of books.
So I should read his instead?
Well, there's just books. I think the goal is to just read. Yeah. The goal is to just read. So when we didn't have cable, when I was growing up, we didn't have cable. So when you got cable, you got 5 and 13, which was this TBN. So who's studying that there?
Remember when Ziz used to play this commercial about AIDS?
Vaguely.
With a lady was singing and people were skipping to the square. Classic cinema right there.
Wow, I don't know what was happening. I don't know who directed that.
Classic cinema, Azem.
I don't know. They made HIV seem very pleasant.
Very fun.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw that commercial, I was like, I don't get it.
Because they're singing about AIDS, but they're skipping around.
They're very, very, very
so
happy.
I'm like, Yeah,
it was almost like a marketing ad for HIV.
How am I supposed to feel about it?
Yeah, there were definitely conflicting principles in that. But yeah, so what would happen is I would get home from school and then I would go to the library and find some random book.
You ever stole a book from the library? By accident? Are we going to say it's by accident just in case they're watching?
I don't think so.
You've never borrowed long term?
I've borrowed longer than I was supposed to, but
indefinitely?
No.
Oh, I have.
Which library books do you have still? From which library? The public library or like the school library?
Are you the feds?
I think the statute of limitations under Dungan.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was the public library. When I was a child, I used to love going to the library. Like, I used to love reading things like Babysitter's Club and Nancy Drew and Goosebumps and stuff like that. So I used to always go to the library and,
Hardy Boys was the Nancy Drew for the guys.
Yeah. I used to read the Hardy Boys though. And I think I could remember it was a Babysitter's Club book. Yeah. One day I went to the library and I wasn't able to go back. And then it just continued.
You just stayed there? I want to encourage people to get their children especially into reading. Like, yes. I feel like a lot of times what we do, we give them the tablets. We don't give them the books. And part of and it's hard too because they're easily entertained by the tablets before they get into the books. So once they're into the tablets, then it's hard to get them back into the books. But the positives of like reading, I don't think is recognized or stressed enough. But we're just not a reading culture a lot of times.
We could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell that we don't read sometimes.
Like
because as a graphic designer, right? Oftentimes you put information for people to read on the flyer that you're designing. As a promoter, you post the graphic on your page so people can read it. As a social media manager, you get messages about questions that can clearly be answered
if you read
the poster.
Yeah, I see it all the time. People reply and
God.
comment on the poster to ask about the information that is clearly laid out on the poster.
What the price?
Yeah.
Where you gonna be? You got to read me answer. So when you read it,
yeah, they commenting and yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, Jade.
My word.
It's interesting, but yeah, I mean, for me, my goal is to, like, with my children or whatever, like, reading is going to be is like currency. You want clothes, you want shoes, you want everything, you want to go anywhere.
Go read a book first.
Give me 10 pages.
Oh, I like it.
Give me 10 pages. Let's start.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's
I'm going to steal it. We'll borrow.
Yeah, that's definitely like what my intention is, like, with responsibility.
I
like
love it.
back in our days, like, you know, your parents buy your goat and so.
Our days?
Yes, I had a goat.
We didn't have a goat.
I had a goat, but I live in the hill, so it kind of made sense. Big up Pops one time who thought that was a good idea. No, sir. He's human, he makes mistakes.
Wait, so you wasn't happy with your goat?
You crazy girl? You can't wake up.
What the goat do to you?
My father come waking me up, Minister 6 in the morning, come talk about take out the goat.
He was teaching you responsibility.
I got to go up in the hill and all kind of thing.
He was teaching you responsibility, Azem.
I understood that was his goal. The problem was
the execution.
The execution. That was a great thing to try and do.
What you got the name?
I mean, you know, if I give you a goat a name.
As if you really didn't like this goat.
Duh, Jay, the goat making me wake up Minister 6 in the morning.
Your father making you wake up Minister 6 in the morning.
But because of the goat.
Which did not ask to be there. The goat was like a child.
Yes, the problem is, imagine one day you wake up and somebody just like, yes, send your child.
I'm pretty sure a lot of men could relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know one person.
Wow. Bob, I was supposed to tell you, yeah. Remember that thing we did 10 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. A thing happened. What you want to telling me now? Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to tell you at all.
Wow.
But I need
Mine
help.
didn't go like that, but I can't.
But I need help.
I can't explain. I'm going to ask my father if I could explain what I did. I'm going to say, Daddy, I could.
Everything is for the show, Jade. We understand. Everything is for the show.
Who's that?
Content over everything?
Oh, yes. That's the world we're living right now.
COE, man.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
My skin is glowing. My God.
Yeah, feeling yourself?
All the time. But I'm saying my skin glowing today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking to improve my skincare routine.
Me and Samantha can help you with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, but y'all have to understand, like, y'all can't give me like all the woman thing them here.
You're not a woman.
And don't give me the things with a lot of chemicals there.
Matter of fact, go down by Pav and get a facial. That's where all of my guy friend goes. Girlfriends too, but the majority of guy friends that I have that I know do facials, they go by Pav.
Message Pav.
She done listening.
Tell Pav.
She could hear you.
So this is what we're gonna do. Content over everything. So Pav, this is what you're gonna do. I'm gonna come, we're gonna do a facial, and then I'm going to come and give my review on the process of what's the name of the business? Pav?
No.
Pav's hands?
that should have been the business name. But no, I could never pronounce it properly.
How you pop your friend?
I am going to, which is why
What kind of friend you be? Oh my God.
If I pronounce the word wrong and they can't find the business, what happened then?
Spell it.
Well, I need to see to spell it in it.
No, Jade, you're supposed to get this on the tip of your tongue.
No.
You're supposed to be practicing
If you see it, you would understand why I can't do that.
Tell Pav, hit me up. I come in to do whatever.
Okay.
I'm not doing my lashes though, Pav.
Why not?
I'm fine with the lashes.
If you're gonna be a hot girl, you got all the hot girl tools, you know.
I am not trying to be a hot girl. I am not trying to be a hot girl, okay?
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah. You have different goals, Jade.
Yeah, sorry. I got a little carried away just now. my bad. But it's called the Hot Closet Aesthetics. And it's on Instagram as THC_AESTHETICS_kitten.
Let me see that.
Yes.
The hot closet.
I just said I need
It just the hot is spelled HAUTE.
You ain't want me put out the Instagram too? You say promote my friend, you know. How I gonna see it if I do not know that out my head Azem. I didn't remember the THC part was in there.
Let me see what going on with Pep Place here, see? I seen a lot of people.
You can get your lashes done.
This look like your other friend eyes, you know.
Let me see.
That's your other friend eyes?
No.
Okay.
It could be though, but no.
Okay. Alright.
You like it what you see?
A lot of lashes. I've seen a lot of lashes.
I'm telling you, she does facials as well.
I know. Yeah.
Let me see.
Alright. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So look forward to the to the hot closet. I don't even want to know.
You do.
I don't even want to know. But look forward to the hot closet review.
I can show you. Look. Just look.
Let's see what's going on here.
Okay, that one. Oh dear.
We could have that conversation. I don't know if we review that on the show.
I don't think we should.
Right.
I don't.
But friend, let's get into some topics, guys. Then we started talking and we went down all kind of paths. We used up the education system.
We did not abuse anybody. We gave suggestions.
Sorry, you abuse the education system.
No, it's me.
I was making observations and suggestions.
Exactly. The clip that I put out is you alone talking.
Yes, but I wasn't abusing anybody. You were.
I was? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be the bad guy. But we have a good update though. I have a good old update for us.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
What's happening in the world?
So, remember when Heinz was looking for the guy?
Yes.
They found him.
I heard so, yes.
Yes, lovely. It says, Heinz locates Dominican sailor who survived at sea on ketchup. Condiments giant, Heinz has finally located Elvis Francois, the Dominican sailor who survived 24 days at sea eating ketchup, garlic, and Maggi powder. Elvis has been found, Heinz said on Instagram. We have received thousands of likes, shares, and messages of kindness in our search to find Elvis Francois. It is incredible. It is an incredible group effort across 6 continents that led to hundreds of articles and leads and our eventual contact with Elvis.
Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to be nice this morning.
Why?
I'm trying to be nice, Jade.
No, I don't like that.
Jade, this is 2023. They're going on like this was searching for Waldo. Like you call anybody in Dominica and be like, hey, you know, Elvis the Pan was on the boat. Oh yeah.
I don't know why I had to make it seem.
It spans 6 continents. Like, come on, Heinz is doing too much. Congratulations to Elvis.
But yeah, but
and Heinz,
the story sound like, you know, one for the ages. They have to embellish a little.
Jade, the story alone is one for the ages.
No.
You gotta turn it up.
Yes.
Put a little spice on it.
A little ketchup.
A little ketchup on it.
Oh, I hate myself.
Oh, I think this was a cool initiative from Heinz.
I think so too.
Yeah. Because his story is, I told somebody about this just weekend gone. I was talking to someone about it, and they couldn't believe what I was saying. I had to literally go and show them online, like, no, this is a real story. Like, there was a guy who was on the sea for, what was it, 27 days?
24.
24 days. And he survived on ketchup, garlic powder, and Maggi cubes.
Vibes.
Wow. My question though, I still need to see the boat.
Yeah, I need to see how big this boat was.
If they give the man a dinghy, then I take back everything I'm saying about
They
him.
cannot give the man a dinghy. They do not want a repeat of this situation.
Yo, for all the man them who does be up and down on these dinghies.
Y'all brave.
Yeah, bye.
Because not I will never. Like, I remember seeing people do this thing where they go between St. Kitts and Nevis.
Regularly, dude.
How are y'all doing this?
Yeah. I heard of a story just recently of a guy who usually goes between St. Kitts and Nevis on a dinghy. And he had a little engine trouble. I had the family worried about him and everything. It was rough, but he was all right. But, you know, he just had to float for a little bit.
Listen.
You had to do a little rowing with the oar.
At least he had an oar.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't have an oar, where he would have gone?
I think they're making the new dinghies out of... Because the dinghy, like, floating around like on a balloon was kind of crazy. Because remember the dinghies, them used to be made out of this, like, rubber thing with air in it, yeah?
They were doing it.
Yeah.
Religiously, without fail.
I mean, the Amerindians was going between the islands on a log.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's true.
A hollowed out log, so I mean, hey.
Crazier things have happened.
But congratulations to Elvis and you know.
Receiving his new yacht from Heinz.
I still need to see this boat.
I'm going to hope it's a yacht.
I don't know if it's a yacht, because Elvis seemed like...
Better for him if he has a yacht, he could live on the sea.
The other thing for me is, why was that the thing on the boat?
Maybe there were other things on the boat, but they were already eaten. You have, Azem, when you're going out at sea, you have to be prepared.
That's the point I'm making. You go prepared with a bottle of ketchup.
That's what he man like.
That's what he man like.
What happened to a bottle of ketchup?
Right, after like day 6, when you wake up and you say, I'm hungry, but I have for breakfast.
Ketchup.
Ketchup. I think after they just...
Sprinkle on a little bit of Maggi cube.
I think I just jumping over.
You think so? That would have been your 13th reason?
Actually, the thing about it is, how many days you're going to eat ketchup? But you don't have a choice.
You could have ketchup fish. Sushi style.
I think this really this is really a story about like human resilience, you know.
Yes.
Like we don't recognize how capable we are as humans. Humans are an interesting species. On one hand, we are so like fragile.
Very easy. Like you know how close to death we are every day.
Yep, very, very fragile. But at the same time, we're very resilient. And when you put people in a corner to survive, like the things that we would do is, admirable.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into something else. So, our favorite topic of the last 2 years, COVID. You ready?
I vaguely remember something like that. But,
vaguely?
Yeah, vaguely remember something like COVID. Like, that was a...
Well.
Even weird now to see people in masks still. I was on the boat going to Nevis the other day, and it was only this guy who I assumed to be Asian had on his mask, and everybody was like, "Why you got his mask?"
Because we forget people can be immune compromised.
No, the problem was everybody assumes that he's the sick one. No, seriously, like if you walk into some place right now and like one person got a mask, the assumption is that is the sick person.
That person is trying to save themselves from becoming sick by y'all.
Yeah.
Love it.
But the Asians have been wearing masks forever.
Forever, since the dawn of time. So I don't know how y'all
never see the ninjas.
They had a childhood, you know. They had a childhood as well.
Oh, man.
Well, COVID-19 is likely a lab leak, says report citing US.
Jay, I said this forever.
So where are you going? Azem left.
I hear that.
No, I watch it. I watch it.
But
listen.
I've been saying, Jade, I've been saying this. There is a lab in Wuhan, China called the Novel Coronavirus Research Lab. The same place the novel coronavirus outbreak started.
They ain't said that part yet. Let me read first. You don't come give no
Jade,
COVID misinformation.
2 years ago.
No, you didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
The virus that drove the COVID-19 pandemic most likely emerged from a laboratory leak, but stop laughing about it.
Sorry.
But not as part of a weapons program. According to an updated and classified 2021 U.S. Emergency Department study provided to the White House and senior American lawmakers, the Wall Street Journal reported on Sunday. The department's findings, a department from previous studies on how the virus emerged, came in an update to a document from the Office of National Intelligence Director Avril Haines, the WSJ reported. It follows a finding reportedly issued with a moderate confidence by the FBI that the virus spread after leaking at a Chinese laboratory. The conclusion.
No, continue, Jade.
I'm trying.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The conclusion from the Energy Department, which oversees a network of 17 U.S. laboratories, including areas of advanced biology, would be significant despite the fact that, as the report said, the agency made its updated judgment with low confidence. Conflicting hypotheses on the origins of COVID-19 have centered either on an unidentified animal transmitting the virus to humans or its accidental leak from a Chinese research laboratory in Wuhan. The spread of COVID-19... Oh, it's okay. We ain't got to go through this. We already know what COVID-19 was.
Jade, you have two prevailing theories, right? One theory is, hey, there's a lab here that was studying this particular virus. The lab is in the same place that the outbreak started. Okay. Perhaps that's where the pandemic actually started, right?
Perhaps, friend.
That's one. The second theory is that an unidentified animal.
I thought they said, you see how they've been out there spreading misinformation about bats for ages?
Jade,
That's why we feel this way we feel about bats, you know.
An unidentified, right? An unidentified animal in
Perhaps a bat.
I gotta give for you humans. And then hear the joke. I don't have a problem with the theory, you know. I have a problem that was the prevailing theory, Jade. That's what they were trying to convince everybody.
A bat.
And now,
listen, they've been showing us this in movies for ages, Azem, that animals bite humans and then we just turn into zombies. So they wouldn't believe it.
They also been telling us about all these places where zombie apocalypse started in the lab. Come on, like, the thing about it, right? People who were saying this were called conspiracy theorists. They were accused of spreading misinformation and disinformation. They were accused of trying to undermine governments. They were accused of trying to undermine international relations between countries. Like, there were people who had their social media
removed,
tweets
flagged. Listen, don't call y'all terrorists.
Facebook.
Oh my God. Y'all owe these people reparations.
And this is the problem I'm having, Jade. The problem I have with society right now is these kind of things, Jade. For some reason, things that just make sense don't matter anymore.
For what?
Everything is about feelings and everything is about what the desired outcomes are and this kind of thing. No, there's facts and there's truth, Jade. All when people, you know one of the terms that I hate? My truth. No, there's no my truth. We need to stop with that stupidness there, Jade.
Yo, I thought what happened to being, what happened to I am going to be Zen and camp?
I didn't say Zen.
What you said?
I don't know, but no, I didn't say Zen.
Because that's out the window.
But, no, I'm very Zen today. I'm very Zen. No, because what is happening now is that I'm just being proven right.
You are.
I'm just being proven right. I remember.
That's insane. Y'all just lied to the entire world for months and then just pop back up and be like, well, you know.
Well, you know why? Because they were able to do it, Jade.
Yeah.
There was no way that I was there just thinking to myself, look, this could be it. There was no way. Once I found out, at first I was like, so wait there, you want to tell me that, like, just this random bat?
Yeah.
They had all kind of bat theories. They literally had videos of bats flying.
Yo, the way they assassinated the character of these bats, right? Why that?
The problem I have with this, let's stop having fun now. The biggest problem with this whole situation is that what it does is this is another reason why trust in governments are at an all-time low, right? The problem is that now if there's anything serious that is going on, that is happening, people are less likely now to trust the word of not only government officials, but guess who got roped into this whole thing?
The health officials.
The health officials. If it's one thing y'all need to be straight with us about, is the health thing. Y'all messing with people's health now. I tell you already, how they gonna get any kind of mass vaccination again?
They don't have to do mass vaccinations. They're gonna because I guarantee you, nobody going to the health center. Well, enough people, not nobody,
Jade,
enough people ain't going to the health center to stop anything.
Jade, by the time they got around to the booster shots, I know maybe 4 people who got boosters.
Yes, they should just stop sending out the updates.
Just out of so.
Yeah.
Jade,
They just stop.
think about it. Our change in COVID policy didn't come out of our change in our COVID policy didn't come after, for instance, some sort of us attaining a certain level of this or that election, yeah. The change in the COVID protocols, right?
Came because of election.
Because we had a change of administration. Now, we could say that in this case, the administration had in several medical doctors, including someone who, prior to the campaign, was still practicing as a medical doctor.
Yes.
So he in the field, right? So he's speaking from that place. I'm a medical doctor, and that's important to note.
Yes.
Because there, of course, but it still was a political decision.
That it was.
So when we get to the point where even our healthcare
It's politicized?
is politicized.
No, that's insane.
No, but watch it. I'm telling you all. I am a fan of the CMO, right? Did I agree with everything she said and everything and how she did? No. But I think that her, the nurses, they have a lot to be commended for.
Yes.
However, a lot of the ways the information came about and the thing, I kept asking, is the thing with stupid? Is that the thing with and that's the thing what was bothering me? Is it
that thing was stupid now.
Jade, so many things just didn't add up, and the thing that was bothering me was there were people who was bought in, we were bought into what they were telling us, right? We were bought into what they're saying. The problem was, here I am, trusting you, and the things that you are saying, contradicting yourself. And I'm not talking about the fact that this was something new, and this was something that you could tell as more information came in, they would change or whatever. That was happening, and I could understand that. But there were things that came, the vaccine thing, I kept telling people, I said, but if the science keeps telling us that the people at risk, right, have certain, there are certain factors that make someone more susceptible, right? Then why is it that you want to make it a mandatory vaccine? I kept asking the question. I kept saying, if you're telling me that it's older people, if you're telling me that it's people who are obese and overweight, if you're telling me that, even that, Jade, I kept saying, why is it in a response to COVID-19, we weren't hearing more about people just going and losing weight?
Stay inside. Stay inside.
You hardly anybody say just take vitamin C.
No. And then when people
vaccine or nothing?
Yeah. It was literally that for a point
right,
in period in St. Kitts, it was vaccine or nothing.
Jade, the discussions, right? And it's a good thing when these things happen, because you got some people right now who I I look at you so much differently.
A lot of people.
All the people who was there talking about, let them dead.
Yeah, no, that was insane. Y'all talking about humans?
The let them dead crowd. The let them dead
They
crowd.
want to take the vaccine, just let them dead then.
My thing was, hey, we could open back up. We could this thing, like once it got to a point where we recognized like the rest of the world was trying to deal with this thing in a certain way. Whatever. Because I was for initially locking down the place because we didn't know what was going on. All we know, we were seeing images that we had not seen before. We were seeing images of like marks being so full that they're putting people in refrigerated containers.
Literally outside containers just overflowing with bodies.
So you're seeing images like that. Of course, it's scary. Of course, you're hanging on the word of the health officials, right? When we got down to the point, by the time we had the vaccine, and people are saying, I remember asking one guy, I said, so let me ask you a question. So your position is that COVID can kill? Yes. Your position is that the vaccine can stop you from dying? Yes. And your point is because you want to get out, that they should let us out, and those who decided to not take the vaccine, they should just die.
Yes.
And he was like, yes.
Wow. Oh
I was like,
God.
see, me and you together with the opening up the place. But the reason I say they need to open up the place is because it wasn't like I was condemning people. My belief wasn't that COVID wasn't going to kill the vast majority of us. At that point, like this is by the time the vaccine is already here and all. And, yeah. So they were like, no, just open up the thing. And who dead? I was like, all right, bro. Somebody was saying it here, don't think we forget.
No, we ain't gonna forget. We ain't gonna forget.
Don't think we forget.
How y'all was treating people out here.
Ah, Jade.
We ain't forget, man.
The apology ain't come yet.
No.
From them companies that fire people. Healthy people, Jade. Healthy people who were seen to not be at the highest risk for contracting, having serious symptoms, or even dying from the virus. No?
No. Not one apology to her.
No, bye.
Vibes.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Well, such is life.
Such is life, friend. And with that, I think it's time for a break.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back right here on Sip and Chat. But don't go anywhere. Refill your mugs. We're going to come back with very interesting conversation.
Indeed.
Yeah, right after this. So stay locked, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Chat with Azem and Jade. And looking forward to this conversation, Jade. We have a very special guest in studio with us this morning.
Yes, the man that has been causing havoc in all of the band members' lives.
That's what's been going on?
Yeah. You see?
So this is the man responsible, is it?
We're soon on a band, you know? We're soon on a band. But yes, we have Essential from Perspective Video.
Right.
Morning.
Azem and Jade.
So how you doing, King? How things?
Good enough. Just to take it easy, same way.
No, you don't. You don't take it easy. Stop.
Not at all.
No, man, easy stuff, man. Always I take it easy, you know?
Right. But for those who might not know exactly who you are and what it is that you're into, I mean, Jade, of course, mentioned the name of your show. Being involved in media. But tell the folks a bit about, what is it that you do as it relates to media?
Well, first of all, I'm a Jamaican. Been living in Nevis, specifically Nevis, for the past 10 years.
You in Jamaica no more?
No, man.
What's Jamaican or Jamaican?
No, a lot of Jamaican come and become a Nevisian or a Kittian. But I'm one of them who remain the Jamaican. A lot of my personality come from Jamaica. You know what I mean? My principles, my morals are rooted in Jamaica. But I spend majority of my high school life in Nevis. Went to Charlestown Secondary, and I currently do a podcast. You know, a podcast called Perspectives Media. It's primarily based in Nevis, but we have a new active series where we're shooting St. Kitts outdoors, anywhere there, on the sea, in the air, anywhere. The episode can go anywhere. Because it's like an active, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So it's all just Perspective Media.
Alright, so I mean, even the concept for the show, where that came from, like, and of course, tell us how long you've been involved in the show.
Well, March the 14th, gonna make 1 year since the show, the first episode premiered.
Alright, guys,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah. March the 14th, gonna make the first year. Where it actually started, or where I get the idea from, I actually have a classmate named Matthew from high school, Dwight Kozia. Many always in an argument, like, we always I go back and forth, you know? And him always tell me, you have some interesting perspectives. So him used to tell me all the time, say, I should just record myself and put it out.
Right.
People gonna be interested in whatever I say. Because it's like, whatever argument we would have,
Right.
like anything him come with, me have something to counteract it with.
Right.
So I always had that idea, and at the end of 2021, an opportunity presented itself where I make enough money when I could invest in the equipment to do it, and everything just fall in place. You know what I mean?
So the way this show started, like it evolved into something else. Like initially, was it just you? Was it always like an interview style show?
Well, the first episode was just me alone giving an introduction, but after that, there always was somebody else with me. You have 1 or 2 episodes where I would come and give an update on what is happening, but it's always based on interview because the main inspirations behind the show is. I don't know if you ever see The Fix out of Jamaica.
Right.
On stage, Charlemagne the God, and not just the Breakfast Club, but Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah.
That's them podcasts. So me deep into podcast culture, like that's how I sit down and watch every day, you know.
Right.
I mean, as a man who can talk, I like to talk. So yeah, it's just natural for me.
Right.
No, we're definitely familiar with some of those because we ourselves are into podcasting and stuff, like some of the ones that you call just now, and yeah, we realize that sometimes if you have an opinion, the world might want to hear it and it might resonate with somebody, and you know, and adding the element of talking to people, just not in this formal way.
Yeah, because I feel like that's why people gravitate to my things, so, you know, because there's a level of authenticity, like. You can see that people come on my show, like, for example, the big controversial episode recently.
Which one?
Sickle. Stickle have been around. I'm sure Stickle do interviews before.
Right.
But I don't think it ever get as real as it got with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of the other episodes, even unreleased episodes I have right now, it's like these people have been on platforms, but the level of comfort that them get to express themselves, however, them feel like. I feel like that's why people gravitate to my things. So, you know what I mean?
But I think maybe that's what people are searching for just in general.
Yeah.
I think we live in a world where everything is filtered. Everything is about giving a certain impression. You know, like we interact a lot with social media. Everything seems to be staged. The picture where you see a fellow walking on the street, that's only one of 60 of the, you understand? Like everything is doctored and kind of put over. So people appreciate like realness, right? Something that doesn't feel rehearsed or staged. You just feel real. And I think in general, like people craving that realness.
Yeah. People definitely, because you have other programs out there, and I tend not to compare myself with anybody.
Right.
Because I don't compete with people, I compete with my old self.
Right.
So the person who started the podcast last year, March 14th, that's not me sitting here.
Right.
You know what I mean? At first, I used to wear my merch, but now we have True Vibes Island Prints on board, which is, this are like the staple brand, Red Ibis, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I seek to evolve a lot, you know what I mean? The platform, it was just a podcast. The idea was just a podcast, but it has branched out in event coverage, photography, video production. So it's like, I'm open to change, you know?
Right.
I don't put myself in a box.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think opportunities will present itself once people see value, right? Once people see value in what you're doing, people gonna offer you opportunities, and those opportunities could turn into more and more opportunities. It's just for you to navigate, figure out exactly what you want to get into. But once people see value, then people gonna approach. People gonna approach.
Real thing, man.
So you imagine.
Oh, and I was just about to ask, so what is your favorite thing about doing this? Because some people just do it because it's a job, they don't really have anything else to do, so they're trying a thing. And
I have my 9 to 5, and my 9 to 5, the beauty about my 9 to 5 is my 9 to 5 allow me to do my passion, which is the podcast. So today I actually in St. Kitts, I on your show, I have an episode,
Right.
I go record, you know what I mean? Even if one day I constantly pan my computer edit, because I'm in front of the
yourself?
I do everything, man.
Okay.
I'm a perspective media.
That's the team there. What's the team?
Wow.
No. We definitely have people who help out,
Yeah.
Shout out J Inc. If J Inc can, he'll be there helping me, like in terms of him always there behind the camera from day one. That's one of the sponsors too. Because without him and True Vibes, it's like, I don't know where the platform would have dead. Because sometimes people say them not get no help, but if you really look behind any success story, there are people who help.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah, and I've definitely gotten help. But majority of the heavy lifting falls on me, because at this point, Perspectives Media is not able to hire somebody to do what's necessary.
Right.
So me have to take up the job there.
You got to get done.
Yeah, a lot of ways you see, alright, even the clip them will go viral all the time. These clips are like a minute long, right? It takes me at least 30 minutes to an hour to get the clip there, how it is.
Right.
Because it's very intentional.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the small details kind of more difficult than the overall thing.
Yeah, of course.
It's supposed to look easy, but if you try to do it, it's not as easy.
No, you're not supposed to tell that work went into it. You're supposed to be so the way it's done is supposed to draw you in to a point where you can't even worry about the technical things. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that. And we know the work that it takes to put stuff
together like this.
Definitely does.
I think sometimes people watch and like you tell me if you've gotten this kind of energy too. People think like it's a matter of showing up somewhere and talking.
Yeah.
They don't recognize the
All the
work.
time.
They don't recognize the work that it takes.
All the time. One of my co-workers them tell me say recently she tell me, you know, I got to work, you know, but you can just talk. You can just go and go talk, you know. So it's like
You know what I mean?
yeah, but I appreciate that because what is presented to the public is not something that seems hard.
Right.
Because you know see me
Stressing and
no. And at the end of the day, there is still a level of authenticity. You know what I mean? And next thing too, the fact that people say that just a regular person can come on the platform.
Right.
It's like it resonates with people too.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
the level of real there. Like anybody can come. It's not like hey nobody. Everybody is somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I think the dedication I take to something, and that's why I congratulate you early on like reaching a year. Because especially during the pandemic, we see a lot of people that started consuming more media. And media is a kind of thing, like you said, if it's done well, it feels organic, it feels easy. And so people was rushing, everybody bought a camera, everybody went on YouTube and figured out how to stream. And you saw tons and tons of people getting involved in this space, like all across the Caribbean. And a lot of them are here now, right? Because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of dedication, right? So I always like, and I'm on record as saying, I don't mind seeing people fail.
Right.
Because the truth is, everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
And as much as failure is necessary because it's really a lesson, sometimes the lesson is perhaps your path taking you in a different direction.
Right. Because perspective media is not all good all the time, you know. Because last year, the first year, it has been a rocky year. Like a lot of ups and downs, a lot of things happen behind the scenes where make it not as consistent as it should be. But you see, starting from January, I refocus, I start get back time, put back the time into it, and it is where it is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what's the goal for the show? You're doing a series. It seems to me like you're doing a series focusing on the band culture and some of the dynamics in the band thing. You spoke earlier about the fact that, you know, started with a lot of vision guests and things happening on the ground in Nevis, and now you're doing some stuff in St. Kitts. Like, what's the direction you see it moving in going forward?
Boy, overall, long term, I see myself having a podcasting studio. And I talk to this with the people around me all the time. I don't want to have to be in front of the camera all the time. I want to be able to produce shows, podcasts for people.
Right.
So Perspective Media can become a network. Or it should become a network. And under that network, there should be other shows. You know what I mean? So there's a level of continuity.
Right.
So I could have named it Essentials Podcast, you know.
Yeah.
I could have put my face on the logo, you know.
Right.
But I chose to take the route of a brand that can stand on its own. So if me can build it to the point now where it's self-sufficient, where me can now go behind the camera and get some talented people who can talk like myself and produce something for them. That's mission accomplished for me.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that there is, like you say, a lot of people with different perspectives, right? Different viewpoints, talents, etc. And I think it's admirable to focus on the content creators and assist in that way. Because that's similar to what we're doing here too, right? That's definitely the goal, and it's good to see like-minded people who could come together and, you know, like iron sharpened iron and things. So that's definitely something that we look forward to seeing, you know, where you take perspective media as a whole.
Yeah. And even you asked me about this series now, the active series. It's not solely about the bands, you know. It's more of active. So the series gonna involve Nevis too. Whenever I'm not in that familiar background, that studio setting where people grow to be familiar with, it will be an active episode.
Okay.
So it's not just the band. Just that right now we're coming out of Carnival. Me not get to enjoy Carnival because we're busy. Couldn't come down none at all for Carnival. So more know what going on with Carnival.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, more know what going on with Carnival. You know what I mean? And it started off with Mr. Mention. Then we had Chubby and Sticklicker in the mix. So you see, it's like band culture is the culture of St. Kitts.
It's a big part. It's a big part of what happens.
Like it's a huge part of the culture. You know what I mean? There's backlash from the players and outsiders, but it's all a part of the game. You know what I mean? And I don't do it with any malicious intent. Like, it's not like me try to trap anybody into anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can choose not to answer. And it's not a live show. So if you say something and you tell me, but I said that, you know, I mean...
Yeah, maybe I was in my feelings. You go edit. So you're open to editing?
Of course.
Right.
I've edited episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes there's a certain subset of like media that is like, we were just saying it, content over everything. Like you're willing to put people, relationships at risk, people jobs at risk because what? But I can get a lot of likes and views.
People can watch
but
it and
everybody don't have the same
No,
energy.
it not worth it. It not worth it because I'm not trying to make enemies out of anybody. Recently, me even get cussed off for an episode. And it's a situation where if I wanted another viral then, or if I was just media, I could have exposed that situation. But no,
Right.
you know what I mean? Even though I feel disrespected on a personal level, on a professional level, that's what comes with perspective media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of people gonna take things a certain way. But what can I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's at the end of the day, you know, there's this Rasta guy, Mota Baruka. Mota always say, it's something within you that triggers you to do what you do.
Right.
Or act how you act. It has nothing to do with me.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Had that conversation with somebody yesterday.
That's you.
Me? It was me?
Maybe not.
No, it wasn't me.
But yeah, I'm not take it personal, man. And I have no malicious intent.
And but part of that is it comes with
It comes to the territory.
Like I say it all the time. I talk to Jade about it. Like our show is a little different because we're discussing general things that are going on, right? And we come in here 5 days a week and sometimes we discuss 5-6 topics. So we're giving perspectives and opinions. Sometimes in a year we might end up giving 400 to 500 different perspectives that we know people ain't gonna agree with. Right? So you have to recognize what come with that. Like you're disagreeing with people disagreeing with you. Sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you don't say it in the best way.
Definitely.
But you got to be willing to deal with what comes with that.
And next thing too, over time I realize there's a fear of my platform too. Like people afraid to be a guest on it.
Yeah?
Them feel like I'm gonna put them on the spot. You know what I mean? I get that all the time. Like, easy, kind of hard question that you ask people. But you can ask that.
That's what everybody wants to know.
But that's how they want to know.
And not only that, you just said the thing about Mota Baruka, but you choose how you answer.
Yes.
Right, you choose how you answer.
That is true.
Yeah, and you can say simply, I have no comment on that.
But sometimes, I don't think what people recognize is that what you're really doing is giving people a platform and an outlet to share what they want to share. Right. It's not you going in and pulling out this particular thing because it's salacious, or because you're going to get likes, or because you feel like go viral, or you're going to upset somebody. Yeah. It's just
making people comfortable enough to want to share what they feel they want to share. Like,
and you see, sometimes people are project them insecurities too, you know. So the man that's judging you for saying whatever, it triggers something in them, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So even there's been a backlash to a specific episode where people are say the guests swear a lot. Fam, if you actually watch some of my episodes, it's like the things that have been said on that platform. But it's like podcast is a open and free space. It's not TV. It is not radio.
But not only that, I think what people fail to recognize is that you have an option to choose what you consume.
Yes. They don't have to sit and
You have an
listen.
option to choose what you consume.
It is not an automated program.
Right.
You click a link, you click on a video,
Right.
and I have built this brand, or I've created this reputation that it's a free and open space.
Right.
So do not come and expect a church Sunday service. You know what I mean? You have to
Unless
go
it's
to church
unless
for
it's
that.
a church Sunday service.
Unless it's a pastor and which we're hoping for that.
Right.
And people label it as, oh, you just always talk about sex. It's never that. You know what I mean? There are specific episodes about specific things.
Right.
Yeah.
But you find that, all right, even now, I'm launching a new series because I've always brought on small businesses to speak. Nobody watches it. You know what I mean? So I kind of cut it down in a small format where I would go to a small business now, and that's how I'm doing the feature in like a small business documentary vibe. So there will be like a 10-minute feature instead of 30 minutes where people attention span small.
Very much
But
so.
now, me bring on people to talk about things where you can say no controversial. These things are food for thought. These things are informative. These things can help you. Nobody watches.
Yeah.
But when I drop a 30-second clip with Stickler say something, or a girl say something crazy.
Yeah,
like,
people, the anticipation and
People
up.
gravitate more
tell you.
towards them things
Yeah.
because they want to judge. They like knowing that they could judge you or the person for something that they said because they might not agree with it. Like, we all like to be judgmental. So if you put out something positive, they're not really going to resonate with them because it's positive. Like, there ain't much you can say about that. But if
I don't even think it's positive or negative. It's just when something is outside of the expectation.
Yeah.
Because what it is, even with us, like, especially when we started at the whole situation, people would call with comments like, you can't talk dialect on the radio. Like, yeah, you're talking broken English on the radio.
yeah, people would message me, "What you can't say ducks and so." I'm like, what?
Like, they would, yeah, and
No.
the truth is that there's limit. Like, every situation has its, you know, like, what is expected and not expected. But sometimes the expectation and what is possible ain't the same thing, you know. The expectation and the possibilities ain't the same. And so when you have people who push past the expectation to what is possible, people can look at it. Sometimes they might judge, sometimes they might, but they can look. It's like I tell people all the time, right? If we walking down 4th Street and an alien ship land on the circus, right? On the circus club. What do you think the response of people gonna be?
And a lot of taping and gone.
The first thing they're gonna do is run.
The
But when they
second
don't,
thing they're gonna do is
when they don't run, then peep and watch.
Yeah, because
They're gonna make sure they watch. They're
Yeah.
running and they're looking back here. They're going and they don't come back and watch.
take
And
out
they
the
feel
phone,
safe now.
snap a little video.
Yeah, man.
them feel safe now. Cause when all the time I see it, the videos come out of Jamaica with like a shooting incident go on. People run at first, but you see the minute them feel safe, them start.
Just a safe distance.
Yeah.
Where you just have to feel distance from it.
Yeah.
Just feel a little distance. You ain't gotta be safe here. You just gotta feel a little distance.
Yeah,
That's it. When you feel a little distance. So that's what happened. Is like I wanna watch it, but Amy producing it. As a matter of fact, a man would go. I see this before. A man would want to watch something, but because he feels a little outside of the norm,
he gonna make a whole fresh Facebook account. So when you log on, you see him come
Yep.
up. You just need a little distance. But you just need a little distance. That's all I need. Once
A
you
little
man got
fake page, something.
a little fake page, a little distance, and yeah, man, you can go watch whatever. So the truth is that ain't everybody cut from the cloth, but you cut from who gonna be willing to push the envelope. And the truth is the fact that you're not even pushing anything, all you're doing is allowing reality to take place.
And it's like outside in the world too, you know. You have to understand we're living in a globalized world right now. You know? And out there, what I'm doing is nothing new. What I'm doing is not even scratch the surface to what I go on outside.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, and we can't even blame people because you're a product of your environment. So if you just know a small community, that's where your mindset gonna be.
Right.
And whatever is the norm within your community, that's where you're gonna conform to. You know what I mean? That's natural human behavior, human instinct.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the takeaway for me is, I mean, people have been responding. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. And who knows what the future holds. Obviously, you have big plans, so good luck with your plans and what you have going on. And I'm sure we're going to hear more from you. I'm sure we're going to hear more from you. And
trust me, the thing is, I have 2 episodes recorded and edited, maybe 3, 4. I'm not talking about just normal episodes, like crazy things. Like.
so he know he gonna turn up the place. He don't know he gonna turn up the place.
No, because you see, the thing is, me do them live, and then me get them done for like a week or even a few days, because there are always a backlog of episodes. So I would have them done, and when I edit them, I say, really? This is what actually happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So sometimes I play one episode for hours, just I listen over and over, till I find the clip them. Because that's how I find the clips.
Right, you have to go
like,
through, got through.
I know what going viral, I know what not going to be viral.
Yeah.
And I know what going to be alright.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you don't know that you have some things that the viewers gonna appreciate. Let's put it that way.
Why?
They got something.
They got something.
They got something. They got something.
Yeah, because the conversation's real, you know, and uncut, you know. The only cut we do is if somebody say, hey.
At the request. At the guess. Yeah, gotcha.
Because we're not try to set up nobody. We're not try to throw nobody under the bus.
Right.
Yeah. Just a free and open platform.
Alright, man.
You know what I mean? But I like to encourage anybody, if you have an idea, any little idea you have, it might not be podcasting, whatever it is from, just start. Start from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, just start. Once you start, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Start with what you have. Start with your phone. You know what I mean? Just start something.
And
once you commit to it, it's going to work.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I think a lot of times we sabotage ourselves waiting for things to be fully in line and perfect.
Yeah, I feel I'm waiting for the right time, that what we think is the right time.
Yeah. If you come over Nevis and see where me shoot.
Yeah. But that way you're starting with the end, you know.
Yeah, but people are like impressed with what me have, like with where me actually shoot it. Everybody who has been there, like them impressed to see, like them think it's a big studio it shooting.
Why you produce?
Yeah, from what?
Yeah, from what you have the people. Yeah. That's generally how it is. That's generally how it is. But I know that with diligence, like things don't end where they start.
No. Right, and
you know what I mean?
this is what I see myself doing.
Yeah.
Right now, my 9 to 5 is a hustle. Podcasting, perspective media is my passion.
Right.
You know.
All right. Well, we can see what's next. You obviously have a lot of things that we have to look forward to. So let people know where to find Perspectives Media.
You can find Perspectives Media on Instagram. That's Perspectives_media. You can find me on Facebook at Perspectives Media, and YouTube. YouTube is where the content comes out, like the long format content, the full episodes. YouTube. What you see on Facebook is just to get you to come on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? More the people them look out for the small business features. You know what I mean? I think we have something interesting there.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because we have some talented people out in Eviston. You know what I mean? Yeah. We do photography, videography, weddings, events,
All of that.
All of that. Perspectives media. Yeah.
Well, make sure you guys reach out, and of course, I mean, they could definitely contact you through the Facebook page.
Yeah, they can contact me on WhatsApp to 765-7554. You know what I mean? Right now, it has been a while since I bring on some females to talk on the show.
You invited Jade?
Boy, Jade, I don't know if Jade can manage them conversation.
Boy, Jade could manage you, I tell you. Yeah, man, she can manage. Yeah.
I just love how people do that.
That's Jade.
Eh?
Bring Jade, man.
No, but the difference now, what I'm looking for is more group settings. You know? So if you feel like you have a group of friends and have some interesting conversation, once you can keep it respectful amongst each other, yeah,
Alright.
can accommodate, man.
Nice.
So we have some amazing content.
He excited, yeah, I could tell you. He excited.
Me too.
I'm always excited, fam, because this is what, as I tell you, this is how I love. Yeah, this is how I'm passionate about.
Vibes.
You know what I mean?
Vibes.
Love it.
And people remember to check out True Vibes. You know what I mean?
Red
Red
Ibis.
Ibis. Anyway, in an Evis right now, you can see one of them shirts. You know?
Definitely.
Quality
Definitely.
prints, you know.
Alright. Alright.
Alright, respect, you know.
Definitely. Guys, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back. We have another guest in studio, so don't go anywhere. Refill your mugs. Be right back for more Sip and Chat with Azem and Jade. Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Chat with Azem and Jade right here at the Sugar Factory. And we are just so excited to have guests coming in and hanging out with us this morning.
Yes.
And this is no exception. We have a very special guest, as I said, and representing a very special organization.
Definitely. Ms. Tynetta McCoy, she is here on behalf of the SKN Alliance for Equality.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and you said to call you what?
Tiny, call me Tiny.
Tiny. So how are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm doing well.
All right, and for people who may not know or who may not be familiar, can you tell them what's the SKN Alliance for Equality?
All right, so SKN Alliance for Equality is basically an LGBTQ organization providing a safe space through advocacy, self-empowerment, and promoting human rights.
All right. Well, I mean, of course, when we start talking about, LGBTQ communities, a lot of times there are people who have different understandings, different perspectives, and so the representation of the views, rights, and desires of the community, I think, is very important. Is like, how long has the organization been in operation?
Well, basically, we actually just celebrated 9 years on Saturday.
Wow.
Okay, congratulations.
That
Thank
is
you very much.
amazing.
9 years is no easy feat.
Definitely it's not.
You've been involved in the organization for how long?
Actually, I was the founder of the organization,
Wow.
so I've been involved since the beginning.
All
Okay,
right.
okay.
So, well, you're the best person to actually talk to about this in
Yes.
terms of what might have been some of the influences to say, hey, this is something that I want to do. This is something that I think is necessary. What kind of led to the creation of the organization?
Well, I mean, back before there was an organization called Caribbean HIV Alliance, which focused more around HIV for the key population. And I started working there as an anime, which would go out to the community and had one-on-one conversation with individuals, inviting them to do testing, check themselves and those kind of things. And then, funding got a point, so the funding moved and the organization closed down. But being a community member myself, there was a gap. And I felt that we needed to do more other than HIV. So me and a group of community members, we come together and we was like, hey, we're gonna start a group, and it just evolved, and we're 9 years in it now.
Wow.
Wow,
Well,
that's amazing, honestly.
so what you're saying is that you have been working in the community even prior to
Yes,
to
definitely.
the formation.
But it was
of the
focused more
organization.
around HIV. So now, with SKN Alliance now, we focus more on our human rights, along with HIV as well still.
Right. So tell us a bit about what the goals are of the organization, the work that you do, and what it is that you're trying to promote and achieve, even as we go forward.
Well, first and foremost, the goal is to basically empower our community, empower ourselves, especially knowing that there's a big bracket, which is LGBTQ. And within the LGBTQ community, there's still a bit of fight between the labels. So the idea is to educate each other to understand that we are one, first of all, one voice. And then on the wider scale, the idea is to educate the general population around our human rights, because we are human as well. And we deserve the same rights, and we deserve to be treated fairly and equally. And then generally on a wide scale is more educating, creating a safe space where community members could come, feel safe, enjoy themselves. And that happened through, we do focus group session, we do activities. Like on Saturday, we actually just celebrated 9 years of existence, and we also had a pride party, a private pride party Saturday, which celebrate 9 years, and also we're celebrating that we just recently challenged the burglary law in St. Kitts, and we were successful. So it's a big combination, but the work still goes on. There's still a lot to do, but that's basically the main goal, to provide a safe space.
I mean, you're good.
What has been one of your biggest challenges throughout your 9 years trying to push the alliance forward?
One of the biggest challenges would be funding, first of all. We always had the support, not only locally, but regional support, which we are thankful for, and we continue to get that support. But most importantly, I say the challenge would be also reaching to community members at first, because of how society accepts us, you know, everybody tend to want to be behind doors, hide and so we basically...
Or maybe because of a lack of acceptance.
Yeah, that too, you understand? So basically when we first started out, it was just probably like a group where we keep in secret and those kind of things. But then eventually as we evolve and we build our confidence and those kind of things, we are now open where we have Facebook page, Instagram page, where we promote. We actually go out to media to have conversation before we shy away from it. So I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand why there might be some apprehension, not only from the group itself, but also just for persons who the group may be trying to provide that safe space for that you're speaking about. I understand where some of that apprehension comes from. But what about support from persons who may not identify directly within the community? Have you seen examples of that happening?
Well, yeah, definitely we do have allies. We call them allies, people who are not a part of the community, but they understand our fight and they're willing to fight with us, or they're willing to help us raise a voice. So we do have that support. One of the things that we do as an organization, we try to collaborate with the different local organizations, which would be the women's group, the disability group, because at the end of the day, we are all basically fighting for human rights. And it's the same pattern, the same line of work. So once we work together, we tend to work together and build a stronger voice.
Yeah, I think when we start talking about the goals of organizations like yourself, even the framing of it is important. You know, just that's the word human.
Yeah,
I think kind of needs to supersede the conversation.
Definitely.
Sometimes that gets lost in translation, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me personally, we don't focus on LGBT rights. We focus on human rights because there's no separation. We are all humans and we all deserve the same rights.
Right.
So the main purpose is human rights across the board.
Yeah, and I'm honestly happy to know that there's a safe space, because often we focus on who we call marginalized people, but we still miss who we should realize are also a part of the society. We miss people because we don't agree with maybe their lifestyle or what their beliefs are. So we don't provide that space for them to be able to feel like they're part of the community.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, there are times that, you know, I may have a friend and I don't know my friend is struggling with being a part of the community, and we pass comments and you're actually pushing that person back indoors and actually coming out.
Right.
So I mean, having a safe space, most community members, they come. I mean, there's some of them that actually at the first time when they started coming, there was one in who come in, even though all of us are part of the community, it still was a challenge.
Like
at
a
first.
mistrust.
Yeah,
Because, a mistrust,
you know, even though me and you are part of the community, you may come and I may come, but I will go back and tell my friend I see you, but I won't say I was there or something.
Right.
There's always a fear around it, but it's getting better. And I mean, it started at a point where we used to have 4 different focus groups on the same topic, because then you couldn't have the gays in the room with a trans, you couldn't have the lesbian in the room with gays, because there was this rift between each other as who was accepted more within the community. As they tend to say, you know, lesbian are more accepted. But now, 9 years later, we actually have spaces where all of them come together and enjoy themselves and share information and support each other.
And I think for me, I think that has been one of the things that has helped to move certain conversations forward and maybe even aid in acceptance, where I think it was easy for people to judge or to claim difference between themselves and other members of different communities, because it seemed as though the other communities themselves had their own frictions. So it was almost like my biasness was justified because we see it played out amongst the group. And it's even when we talk about race, we see the same thing.
Yep.
It's like persons from different races might feel it's okay to be bigoted towards black people because the black people ain't together even themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's lack of education and lack of knowledge as well.
Right.
Because one of the things I find is that the more you educate, the more people are seen to be acceptance. The more the community accept and acknowledge. I mean, 2 years, 4 years from now, you're gonna see a chance walking on the road without being harassed and those kind of things. I mean, these things still happen, but it don't happen as much as before. And I think you all see it. Look at Carnival this year. A lot of them was on the street enjoying themselves openly, and that's a positive, where that couldn't happen before.
I think for me, it's we have lost the ability to separate conversations and discussions from people. So even if me and you have a difference in opinion and a view, I have to recognize that your opinion isn't you. It doesn't, because you have a different opinion doesn't make you less human than I am.
That is true.
Right? So a lot of times, because we attribute a person's view, a person's belief, a person's lifestyle, a person's opinion to them, then it becomes difficult to even just have a conversation. So you're going to have an understanding of like how this person views things, or what their goals are, desires are, what is it that they expect out of life, which really those are the things that, if you're really talking about community, those are the kind of conversations that you kind of have to foster, right? And it becomes difficult to have those conversations when we just so hell-bent on being right, hell-bent on being
offended,
hell-bent on making sure that people only my way is right, and so not only is your way wrong, but you are wrong.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, these are conversations that we need to have, because that's the only way you understand the other communities. And it's not only about the LGBT community. We still have to try to understand the disability community. We have to understand the woman community, and that's something that I always tell people. That's why I keep a broad heading of human rights, because we all go through the same thing. I mean, when you look at a LGBTQ relationship, we do go through domestic violence as well. So, I mean, it's time that the conversation start building around everyone, and not only women, because also men have and go through the same thing as well. So I think on a wide scale, we should be inclusive of everybody.
So what about, because it cannot be easy waking up knowing that every day you are not, you may be in danger, somebody going to try to, make you feel bad about yourself, or whatever the case may be, put you in a headspace that makes it difficult for you to function. So do you guys offer the mental health side of it? People struggling with their identities, people struggling to just accept themselves because of what society may have told them. Do you guys offer mental health?
Yes, definitely. So we do have counseling session as well. And I mean, the mental health, that plays, and that's where we have the focus group session. So the focus group session is around different topics, mental health topics of self-acceptance. How do you come out to your parents? How do you live within a household without being out, and those kind of stuff. So I mean, we do have those stuff, and on a regional scale, there are regional workshops and other training sessions that are accessible to us, and we try as much to share with the local community to be a part and those kind of stuff to help. And it's not only just for our lifestyle. I mean, even when it comes to HIV, there's a stigma towards HIV. So we also educate and build support group around HIV persons and those kind of things, because they too need to be a part of the conversation and those kind of stuff. And so, I mean, generally, yeah. And then as brothers and sisters, we try to support each other as much as we can. So it may not be easy for me, but it might be easy for somebody else. How can they use their experience and share with me to better use, to better accept myself and those kind of things? But I think once you build yourself, you build your confidence, you understand who you are, and you know who you are, then there's nothing nobody really could say could stop you.
Yeah, right. I think that kind of self-belief plays a huge role in what you're saying, Jade, in terms of helping you to develop that mental toughness and resilience and determination, right? And to just be able to navigate the world, right? And I think this goes for everybody. face adversity, that we have those challenges based on your perspective. Perspective is the word for today now? But based on the perspective, like, it really helps to foster like a certain level of resilience, right? And at times when you might not be feeling as strong, and that's when it's really good to have the support of groups like SKN
Yeah,
Alliance.
definitely. And not only groups, but allies as well.
Right.
Sometimes it's good to know you have a friend who know who you are, and you could also go and talk to them. And that's a positive. I mean, as much as we focus on the LGBT community, I would really like to commend some of the society who are not a part of us, but they have been allied, they have been supportive. They have tried their best to understand us. And that's all we're asking for.
Right.
To respect, understand, and we should do the same as well.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it go both ways.
Yeah, mutual.
Yeah.
It has to be mutual and reciprocal, because a lot of times, and this happens in across the board, right? Yesterday we had a police officer here, and we spoke about that feeling like it's us versus them.
Always,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it seems like no matter where you go, it's this us versus them. And a lot of times what that does, it allows us to pretend as though them aren't human.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
we
Or less important.
we dehumanize them because we have a difference in position, perspective, views, all of these things.
Beliefs, whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
So too many times, instead of recognizing, like I said, that it's just a human thing now, and dealing with people with grace and empathy, like we dehumanize people because of differences, and sometimes the
Yeah.
differences so
There's some
trivial.
minuscule,
Yeah,
like,
so trivial. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
I mean, I think generally what happens is that a lot of people tend to put a weight on sin. And I think, as I always encourage people to do that, no sin greater than none. All in the same way.
Right.
So, I mean, to society, those who think that we might be sinning because of what we do, I mean, we look around, you understand? And how can you weigh, you understand? Because, like, for example, somebody do a crime, we accept them after a certain time. When
Right.
they, So if you think I'm doing a crime, then accept me. Let God be my judge whenever. Understand?
Right.
So I like to tell people that the sin has no weight. Because if you look around, we look at pastors, we look at all kind of other people doing sin.
But
But
I
then
mean, we
focus
all
on-
sin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
we
mean,
all sin, yeah.
we focus on, we tend to make this big picture around the LGBT community. What about rape? What about, all of them is the same sin. If you say that's a sin. And I mean, just as much as we focus on the LGBT community to make their life a miserable hell, I mean, we're not doing the same here.
Right.
You understand?
Right. So I mean, in terms of ways in which persons can get in touch with what you guys are doing, whether it is people who identify as a member of the community or people who see what you're doing and
We just
want to
be
support
allies.
and want to be allies, how do they do that?
Well, definitely they could reach out to us through the social media page, which is Instagram or Facebook. You could just type in SKN Alliance for Equality. You must find us. There's a YouTube page, and also we have an email address, which is sknalliance869@gmail.com. Or you can reach out to the office at 763-3956, and we are happy to help.
And even past just being an involved ally, what are some of the things people can do just in their day-to-day lives that, may lend to allyship?
I mean, when it comes to ally, like for example, some of the counselors are allies to us. So they basically give us their services without charge. Or, they have, like for example, we have 1 or 2 counselors that work with us, and we have a deal where, if I recommend a community member to them, the first 2 months or whatever like that, they might do counseling sessions free, and then we work out something after that. Allies in a sense where someone might have expertise, like for example in financial management, they will come and share their knowledge with us as a group to help us better our life. Someone who know more around security, they will come and give that training session around security. How do we secure ourselves living in an environment like this?
Right. So so basically my uncle used to say this, and I always took it from him. They say give off the best of yourself.
Yes, definitely.
Just give up the best of yourself. You can be alright like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you were able to come to join us, because I think a lot of the times because it is not active in our life, or it is so out of our perspective, I guess. We don't stop to think about how others feel or how we make others feel.
Yeah, definitely.
And shed light, as you say, on issues that affect everybody, because I'm sure we all go through the same things. We all have depression, we all have anxiety, we all have wants and needs and feelings that we may be struggling with, no matter who we are attracted to or whatever the case may be. So I think it's important for you guys to continue the work that you're doing, continue shedding a light on the fact that you are human as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like we are, just like anybody, and to help to guide the community in how to be better, just to live better, and to be a friend instead of always trying to fight and discriminate or make somebody feel less than just because of what you think about them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can also learn from the community as well, because I mean, there are community members who have expertise that they can share with other people, and I mean, that's something, that's where the inclusion of the women's and the disability group, because I mean, we might be focusing on have fun to do a particular topic that is the same topic in the disability association currently that they don't have fun, so so the inclusion is good. So I mean, if you basically put us in a box, then you're basically blocking yourself from getting that, you know?
Right.
So I mean, we do encourage individuals to come out, learn from us. I mean, understand us a bit more. You don't have to be a part of the community to come to a session.
Right.
You know, you just come and respect everybody and enjoy and live life. I mean, we have some of the best people in our community. Yeah? We are very friendly. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, 9 years going. I anticipate that what you guys are doing will continue, and I love the idea of just really focusing on human rights, recognizing that a lot of us share the same challenges, are dealing with challenges that might be specific to our particular communities, but at the same time require the support and buy-in from everybody.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So congratulations again on 9 years. Looking forward to seeing exactly what it is that you guys do as you continue to move forward. And again, SKN Alliance on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
All right. And you gave out a number as well.
Yeah, 763-3956. You can contact us.
And feel free to come back and just talk to us about things that you feel like the community should hear.
So
yeah, definitely. And even coming up, we have on Saturday, we have a focus group session around domestic violence, intimate partner. So I mean, if anybody interested in learning around intimate partnership, as a lot of domestic violence happen through relationship and we don't even actually realize, you feel free to join us this Saturday.
All right. Well, before you go, you're willing to tell us where Tony come from?
You should always forget.
Actually, it come from my name, so it's turned into a T-Y-N-E, so you just shorten it and just say Tiny.
We'll let it slide. But guys, we're going to take a short break as we come back and wrap up Sip and Chat right here on the Sugar Factory. Stay locked, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Chat with Azem and Jade. Jade, very interesting conversations today.
Oh my God, love them. See why we need to just talk to people with different perspectives? That's the word of the day. Remember on Sesame Street they used to say word of the day?
Word of the day.
Perspectives.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of the things that I appreciate most about doing this, like just being able to meet people who probably would not have met otherwise.
No, definitely.
And you know, just having conversations, getting to know people. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of doing this.
Yeah, I think so too. Like the topics and the discussions are fun, but listening to people's passions or just discovering new things or new organizations or figuring out ways that the community could be involved in different things through discussions from people who generally when they're out, you know, people don't really stop to try to talk to them or, you know, to have conversations that could push society forward. I feel like we're doing a good job at being a part of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the hope is that we could continue doing it, and we really won't be able to do it without the support of the people on the
Not at all.
on the live. And it's you know, we say it every day, but it's because it's so important. The support of the sippers, the support of the people that enjoy what it is that we do. Even the people that don't enjoy what we do and come and take a look at what's going on.
Hi.
We appreciate all of it.
Yes.
And it's definitely a learning experience for us. And I'm really, really excited about what the future holds.
Listen, when we're done, right? Many want to tell them.
Yeah.
Y'all think this is it? Nah.
Yeah.
We're just getting started, man, and we understand that sometimes, like, you know, little hiccups might happen, or, you know, that little thing might be off, it might be a little that, but we promise you that this is just the beginning.
Yeah, but guys, again, thank you so much for being a part of what it is that we do here. And of course, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., Sip and Chat, right here on the Sugar Factory Network. And we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta listen back,
oh my
we gotta
gosh.
disappear. Yeah.
I feel like I just reached.
That's how it is, you know. That's how it is when you're having fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna leave you up to go, and really wanna wish you guys a blessed day, productive day. Remember, deal with people with grace, deal with people with empathy.
And love.
Just don't be an a-hole, man. What about that? That's too hard?
Yes.
Simple.
It is too hard for a lot of people.
Oh, I thought you were saying yes for you. I was like,
No.
I was like,
Darren, why are you pointing at
Is
me?
that
I'm
challenge?
definitely not an a-hole. Most times.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Oh.
But confession is good for the soul.
Yes, it is. And also self-awareness.
Indeed.
Kingsters approve. Yes, love it. We
Yeah.
need a sign that says Kingsters approve.
That's the first shot we're making. That's the first shot we're making. Welcome to the King Club. But guys, appreciate you again, and yeah, big up the Kingsters in the back for being here this morning. Big up to Essential, big up to Tiny,
Yes.
who came in today and had some conversations with us. It's really a big part of what we love doing here. So thank you guys so much. But alas,
We have to leave.
we've come to the end. And guys, tomorrow we're gonna be back. We have a lot in store for you. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, and make sure you go and do the same on Instagram and on TikTok. Right? But guys, remember tomorrow, wash out your cups, refill it with something nice, and well, whatever your preference is.
Yes, we're not going to tell you what to sip on.
Yeah, I ain't telling nobody what to sip. What's in your cup stays in your cup.
Sound words.
Right? And most of all, please remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea, because you is not among it. See you guys tomorrow.